Level 1 burnout is just what we're talking about right now. Like capacity increases. You're just like, you're out of energy. You're tired. The kids are being terrorists. And you're just like, yo, I don't even want these kids anymore. I don't care about anything. That's relatively normal. Like, it's just kind of like,
Sure.
you go through cycles where you're exhausted.
Yeah.
But in 2018, I hit like level 2 burnout, which is like my recovery protocols were not working at all. So I would go on vacation and it wouldn't fix anything. And this is where I think you get into trouble. What happened with me, this is the first time I really recognized and noticed this, is I actually was so burned out that I didn't care about the outcome anymore, and I lost touch with why I was doing it. So if a normal form of burnout might just be you run out of energy, but a really existential form of burnout is not just when you run out of energy, it's like, I'm not even getting anything for it. So I'm running out of energy, but I don't think it's a good trade.
Yeah.
So I was burned out on Saturday last week. Speaking for 9 hours in a week will do that. Then you come home, my kids want to see me. I want to see them. My wife needs help because she's held down the whole fort for 3 weeks and she's got a business. So she's like, yo, yeah, I know you're tired. You need to take Kate to dinner because she's crying every night because she hasn't seen you in 3 weeks. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna rally through this. Like shorter term burnout can just be rallied through as long as you know what you're getting for it. 2018 though, it was like, I don't even think that I'm getting any yield for this, so it's a waste. That's long-term burnout. And yeah, dude, like that was the first time I just didn't care about anything. I didn't really care about the business. And I just kind of was like, you guys are in charge and make good decisions. I'm gonna take a couple of weeks and regroup. What's funny about that is when I did step out, the business grew because I wasn't in the middle burning things. It's like when you are really burned out, you're a liability, not an asset.
Why do you think you didn't catch it? Like you probably didn't realize you were burned out.
I didn't know how to. I think very few people know how to catch burnout before it happens. Because if they did, they wouldn't burn out.
So you were burning out your team, you were frustrating the team, business was like, you basically were holding back your own business and the people around you because of the way that you were and you didn't even realize it.
Because I had two conflicting commands going out from my subconscious. One was to grow the business. The other was like, okay, this business is gonna kill me, shut down the business. So when you have two conflicting values at the same time, this happened just a couple of months ago. I was on a call with one of my one-on-one clients, and his dad wasn't available at home. He didn't have a good relationship with his father. So one of his primary values is like, I'm gonna be present for my kids. One of his other primary values was to build the business so that he can do stuff with his kids. These were conflicting, because what he felt like is when the business got bigger, he couldn't spend as much time with his kids. But when the business was smaller, he couldn't afford the things he wanted to do with his kids. So you notice he has two values at the same time. When you send two values out to the world through your subconscious, the world doesn't prioritize one and devalue the other. The world tries to go get you both. And this is actually a catastrophe, because what that looks like is for a month the business would grow, then the business would decline and he would spend more time at home, and then a month the business would grow. And so what having two conflicting values looks like is spinning in circles. So if you're self-sabotaging, if you keep hitting this invisible barrier and you just touch it and then go back down, you've got two conflicting values. One value is pushing up to the barrier. The second value is pulling you back down. You go up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. And I had this going on with me. And that's why you can't catch it, because technically in both the 2 steps forward and the 2 steps backwards, you are checking off a value system on both sides. You know what I mean? Then in 2022, it was different. I sort of caught it and knew it was happening, but I didn't really feel like I had a choice, you know? Like I was like, there are a lot of people depending on me. Burnout usually carries with it a sense of obligation, where if you're doing things that don't matter to you personally, you're doing it because it matters to someone else, it's quick burnout. It'll burn you out really quick. You're asking me about?
I was asking you about 2018, and basically there were good things that were supposed to happen that would have naturally happened, but since you didn't catch it early enough, basically the team was having a harder time than they should have. So
Yeah, but would you say that I'm healthier now than I was in
100%. I think you've gotten to a place, and I've gotten to this place as well as a result of being able to see burnout as like, oh, this is a great thing. I'm tired. This is awesome. Great indicator. Rather than shoving it back and trying to push through it. And we talk this all. Like, it's pretty similar to rest, but it's like the other piece before you get to rest. Because what you're saying is like, if you don't know you're burned out, okay, now you need to rest. And then if you don't know how to rest, which is the problem that you had, there's another episode that we did on that. But that's just as important, because for you to exert energy, you have to be able to figure out how do you go get energy back.
Yeah. So, how do you do that?
Huh?
How do you do that?
I don't know. That's why we're here with you, isn't it?